Welcome. If this video has found you, it is because you are ready to receive the next message, to take the next step in your journey, and to connect a little more deeply with your true, authentic higher self. Your higher self, an extension of you, is always sending you signals, messages, messengers for you to wake up a little more, for you to remember who you truly are, and to take comfort in the fact that you are never alone. Even if it might seem so on the physical plane at times, you are always connected to someone, to something, and especially to yourself. The message is for you to remember the depths of your being. Remember how ancient, remember how magnificent, remember how royal your soul truly is. And there's never a better time for you to initiate yourself, to allow yourself to bring you deeper into presence, to bring you deeper into the stillness of the moment. There is always an opportunity to connect. There is always an opportunity for you to slow down, to take a deep breath, to feel the sunshine, to hug a tree, to give thanks for a tree, and of course to connect with your loved ones. Because now more than ever, we need to build a strong web, a strong network of energy, of nodes. And of course, people, us, we are energy. You are energy. And your higher self might not be embodied. It might not need to have a physical body for it to exist. For when you leave this plane, you leave behind this body as well. And like some Buddhist teachings and other true, authentic, powerful lineages teach, one of the greatest things we can do is to learn to die before we die. Learn to detach, learn to surrender the mental workings of the ego, of the structure, mental structure, psychological structure that we have built to move around in this dimension. Is the ego good? Is the ego bad? We'll leave that for another video. With the knowing, with the awareness that we do have an ego. And to some degree, it is part of the playing field, part of the video game of life in this reality. And your higher self is more like a quiet stream, a quiet, natural occurrence where you won't necessarily hear fireworks and explosions, although they might come that way as well. But more likely, if you are resonating with this message, if you resonate with the natural world, if you resonate with returning in some ways to our deep ancient roots as humanity in this planet, honoring the earth, honoring the sun, honoring the moon, and praying with the earth, praying with the elements, then you will resonate with connecting through the natural world, with the natural world. And you will find your higher self there. Now, another key point to this transmission is you need to change the way you view your higher self. And we change that by no longer placing it as an external spirit, an external orb of light, or some kind of external being, external entity. And instead, relating to our higher self as ourselves. Your higher self is your truer, authentic self. It is that version of you that is fully living your dreams, that is fully alive to life, alive to your dharma, your karma, everything that you feel when you feel good, when you feel alive, when you feel full of energy and you can just see clearly, as if you've climbed to the mountaintop and you can see in all directions, and you have that power of perception, of clarity, of stability, of compassion for yourself, for your life, and for everyone else. You know that moment I'm talking about, right? Where you are fully present, where you are fully embodied, when you're in your body and you feel good, you feel alive, you feel divine. That is what your higher self wants you to embody full time. It's a full-time gig. And like nature, like the birds who express themselves fully and authentically, birds, right? A bird sings, a bird chirps, it flies, it does its birding absolutely perfectly, right? A tree trees naturally, right? Your dog, your cats or dogs naturally, right? The sun isn't trying to be the moon. And the moon isn't trying to be Jupiter, right? But for some reason, we humans have fallen into different levels of comparison, and we want to be something we are not. We want to be something that somebody else is being. And while it's okay to look around to get a sense of where you're going, we lose a lot of time, we lose a lot of energy, we lose a lot of momentum to the deeper soul activation that is here for you, here for us. We lose time if we're comparing ourselves. So if you're meant to be a papaya tree, stop trying to be an apple tree. If you know deep down you're meant to be and bloom as a lotus flower, then let go of trying to be a rose. And be your being as best as you can. Embody your being, your true self as best as you can. And more than trying, just do, just be. How do you do this? How do we do this? Get outside. Get into nature. Take your shoes off and walk on the earth. Jump in a river. Sun gaze. Talk to the trees. Talk to the moon. Talk to the stars. Introduce yourself to this beautiful natural world if you haven't already done so. And remember that you are your higher self when you are in that state, in that flow state. If you're an artist, if you're a creative, when you're in that zone, when you're in that creation zone. The message for you is, how can you bring that flow, that state of total involvement and total detachment, where you're 100% present, but you're not worrying about the results? How can we bring that to every moment of our lives? That is the message, my friends. To strive to become the authentic version that you know you're capable of. You wouldn't be in this video otherwise. You know that's a possibility for you. You would not be listening to this if that weren't the case. And I know that. Because I'm you. And you're me. And we're all reflections of each other. And the more we can embody our higher selves, and the more we can show the world what we are, show the world what we truly are, beneath the personas of society, beneath the masks of needing to perform for some reason, right? And the more we can just return to oneness, to a state of true authenticity, being ourselves, being natural, then your higher self will naturally flow into yourself. And you will be your higher self. You are your higher self. So allow this message, if you're still listening, if you're still resonating with this, with deep breaths, simply allow yourself to become your higher self. This isn't about work. This isn't about effort. Those are very three-dimensional energies, and they have their place. They were needed. They might still be needed at some points. But to continue embodying more divinity, more light into your being, we're going to need to upgrade. And this is part of that upgrade. This message from your self, your higher self, now becoming your true, authentic self. To release, to trust, to surrender to the flow. Like I said, a tree doesn't need to try to be a tree. A tree just is. A tree trees. And in the same way, you don't need to try to be yourself, right? You just are authentic, true, joyful, expansive, living. You carry the codes of the sun. You carry the codes of the moon. You carry the codes of the earth. All your ancestors are alive with you. So stand tall. Breathe in your confidence. Breathe in this awareness. And remember that you have everything you need. You are already perfect. You are already divine. Everything is here for you. So take time to embody. Take time to be still. Take time to integrate. Because the world is crazy right now. And there isn't enough money in the world that you can pay to do this work. It's internal. And it goes beyond the confines of this dimension, this 3D reality. So take solace, take the liberty, take the freedom to embody yourself a little more deeply by sitting with yourself, by loving yourself, doing your self-care routines, doing what you need to do to feel amazing. Because the key is in feeling it. Feel yourself to be joyful, loving, kind, expansive. We are one, and I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm so excited to connect. Subscribe. Leave me a comment if you've made it this far, letting me know that you're embodying your divine self, your higher self embodied. We got this. And it's only going to continue getting better from here. I love you. I'm sending you so much light, so much joy, so much of this beautiful scenery, these beautiful pine trees. They smell amazing. And I'll see you in the next one.